Yo, what's good? Everyday Superpower signing in, people, where we talk body language, non-verbal communication and game, alright? We get straight into it. Real life applicable knowledge, information and know-how. I'm sipping on a cola, so bear with me, people. We're talking shoulders. The shoulders are significant of strength. The shoulders in partnership with the trapezius, also known as the trap muscles, the muscles we see before us on the image of the video, the V that leads up the back of the neck, is significant of strength. You won't see strong men without strong traps and forearms, okay? As far as biological hardwiring is concerned, the feminine will deem the masculine shoulders as proponents to throw. The physiological machinery necessary to throw spears, to hunt, to throw big, large rocks and boulders, to protect and to care. The shoulders are one of the most definite, highest sexual body parts as far as courtship and attraction is concerned on the male, and isn't really spoken of such. Men want big arms and abs and everything else, but big chest, and overlook the shoulders. Let's go into a little game here, yeah? If you look at business suits, if you look at smart jackets, designer clothing, you will find that there are padded shoulders and designs intentionally crafted to highlight and accentuate the breadth of the shoulder and rounding of the deltoids. Now, the deltoids is just a smart way of saying the shoulders, really. It's three separate areas of the shoulder. Three heads, yeah? You've got the front, the medial, and the rear. Disregarding the traps, which is a different muscle group entirely, but they come together. If you look at Donald Trump, yeah, this is the first person who comes to my mind as far as utilizing the business suit. You will see that the jacket is used to over-accentuate the shoulders, almost creating a gorilla-esque aesthetic to a man. Bold and strong and larger than their competitor. And of course, this is all used to frame the face. You see? The game is accentuating the masculine, and that is what's sexually appealing and attractive to the feminine, as the feminine and the masculine engage and find balance. In a woman, she will have narrow shoulders, creating a larger bobble-like head, highlighting baby-like infantile elements to her being, creating a want to protect by the man. And what better to protect than the vice versa, the contrary, the yin to the yang, which is the bold shoulders, strength of the masculine man who can do the job. Considering shoulders indicates strength, generally speaking, given that you are of an appropriate body fat percentage, nothing too heavy, a woman is going to prefer larger shoulders, at least in men. Endless studies find the result that both homosexual men and women judge wider shoulders more attractive in comparison to narrow ones. I mean, when you look at these lists, it goes to show how egocentric we are and so self-absorbed in our own perspective, the perspective of the heterosexual male. Now, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but, you know, for the most part, that's the audience. So you'll hear big arms, abs, big chest. And it's not necessarily as in high regards as the shoulders, the glutes, nice pair of quads perhaps. You know, the legs as a general is very appealing, especially considering you stand out so much from the crowd by accentuating these muscle groups, because not only do they look great, but most men don't tend to hit them the way they should. Okay? As far as the animal kingdom is concerned, the masculine males that possess backbones tend to display expanded versions of themselves territorially, looming larger than they are. Okay? So you can see how having a great silhouette, accenting the breadth and the broadness of the shoulder, is something that should be used in your benefit. A man's shoulders tend to be bigger because his collarbone is longer, thicker than the woman's. Okay, larger in stature, larger in scale. And given that that is the case, if you are to accentuate that, you accentuate what is masculine. Whereas on the flip side, if a woman is to accentuate the shortness of such through low body fat, through posturing and accentuating the facial features, enlarging the eyes and creating brilliant voluptuous hairstyles and so forth, that would be an accentuation of the feminine as two become one. Now, you're asking, well, it's okay knowing this and sort of highlighting this, how do I end up getting bigger shoulders? Now, as far as posture is concerned, you want to stand upright, chest out, lower back in. Posture is a video for another time. As far as training, primarily speaking, if you want to increase the width of your shoulders as a whole, how you look in t-shirts, you know, and so forth, you want to do side raises with dumbbells, focusing on a full range of motion. You want to focus on overhead press, military press, which will really hammer the frontal and the medial delt, with slight utilization of the rear delt and the trap, but nothing too heavy. That will be your main compound exercise for the most part. Also highlighting the triceps, so you'll get a little bit of arm action out of there. You want to do face pulls with cables, given that you have access to a gym or, you know, any sort of rubber bands at yours. That will not only help your posture, but highlight the trapezius muscles and the rear delts, opening up your body in the long run as you continue to do so, allowing you to breathe better and your posture to expand. And those in particular are my favourites. That's what I would personally recommend as far as the big picture. Getting your heavy compounds in with the overhead press, or military press, whatever suits you. Accentuating and isolating the rear delt for width with the side raises, with the dumbbells, and utilising the cables for the rear delts and the traps and the posture. And I'm signing out without further ado. One love, people.